What's going on, YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're going to be trying a little bit of a different kind of video. Today I'm going to be doing an inventory review of Mr. Fano here, the YouTube CS investor himself, the king of YouTube CS investing or whatever. You know, maybe not the king, but one of the kings, one of the very, very big names in the scene. And obviously he's a guy who I have a little bit of history with as of now. I've made some videos defending him, saying people are going too hard on him, people are, you know, giving him too much crap and talking too much about him and whatever. But then I've also made some videos criticizing him, and he's you know, made some weird comments to me on Twitter. We've had our backs and forths. He's now blocked me on Twitter. You know, all different kinds of drama and craziness. And I think it'll be interesting to make a video about him. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, don't make a video about him. Don't talk about him. Don't get caught up in the drama." Blah blah blah. But he is obviously, like I said, a big guy in this scene, and his investments and his inventory obviously has an effect and impact on the scene because there's a lot of people who are going to be following what he's doing. A lot of people are going to be listening to what he's saying, and he's a guy with just a big inventory. So what he's doing, the things he's buying, the thing he's investing in, as a big time investor, you should know about and you should be aware of. So I want to go over his inventory today, give some of my thoughts and opinions, and ultimately just give somebody else's perspective. Obviously on my channel I talk about a lot what I like, what I don't like, what I'm investing in. So let's take a look at what somebody else is investing in, what somebody else believes in right now at this time. So I think it should be fun, and if this video goes well, and if it does well, we can do this on tons of more people in the scene, because obviously there's tons of people with big time interesting inventories. Hopefully this will make for good content. Before we get into that too crazy, I do want to plug my cash trading business real quick. If you guys have any CS, skins, stickers, items, whatever that you are looking to move, get rid of, and hopefully get some cash for, I can definitely help you out. Check me out over on Twitter. That's the easiest way to reach out to me. My Twitter is linked. It's the second link in the description below, but also there's plenty of people who have hit me up on Discord or the YouTube comments or just straight up on Steam or whatever. I do still think Twitter's the best way, but definitely let me know. I've gotten all kinds of cash trades done over like the past month or whatever. I link a lot of them here in this thread, but we've had tons of people who have been very, very happy with the business. You know, we cash people out in all different kinds of ways, and things have gone really, really well so far. With that being said, let's get right into this. So here is Mr. Fano's inventory. Right now, you can see the buff estimated cost is about $19,000. And I've seen the spreadsheet, you know, for his investments and stuff before. So I know even more stuff that he has besides this, but I don't want to leak too much of his stuff. I don't want to talk about too much of the things that he has behind paywalls or whatever. Even if you don't think putting stuff behind a paywall is right or whatever, I don't want to, you know, go too crazy on him. And I know his inventory is worth a lot more than this. You know, this is just 18,000 or 19,000 that is public. Obviously, there's a lot in his storage units that's not going to be listed by these prices, but just understand, you know, he's a guy with a six-figure inventory. He has a lot of crazy cool stuff, and like I said, he has a lot of big influence in the scene, and what he buys and what he sells influences the market. We saw that with like the Ends Hollow and stuff like that, but I have this right now sorted from least expensive to most expensive, so we can kind of start diving into what actually the kind of stuff he has. And obviously, he has a lot of cool stuff, you know, Bravo Pin and Operation Hydra coin and Paris coin. He has all the different coins, all the different operations, all that stuff. He has an M4A1S Knight here, which is obviously a very, very cool skin. It's got a crown foil on it. I really love this. I don't know why this is not having a price on it. I guess this must not have a price on buff or something like that. I'm not sure if we can, I don't know. I don't know if there's a way we can get a price on it for something else, but obviously the Knight is very, very expensive. It's cool. It's rare with the crown foil on it. Makes it very cool. I think this is an awesome pickup. I love this. Obviously, I think this will do well going forward in the future, but also at the end of the day, something people don't always understand is that skins are not necessarily the best investment. Oftentimes skins go up slowly and do pretty decently over time, but oftentimes your big winners are, you know, stuff like stickers and capsules and things like that. Some other kind of investments. Skins and knives are things that usually do pretty good, but they're usually just better stores of value, safe places to put your money that will still, you know, accrue some value over time, but they're not usually people's biggest winners. Now, obviously, of course, there are some skins that do insanely well over time and can explode in price, but oftentimes those have not been the biggest winners. But still, if you wanted to have your money in a skin, I think the M4A1S Knight is very, very cool. This is minimal wear. This has a crown foil on it. I think that's pretty sick. I like what Fano's doing there for sure. Then we get into I don't know, I guess we can take a look at some of his storage units. I don't think they have a lot of names or anything on it. He has a storage unit called Cases with 6 cases in it, so that's kind of just a nothing burger. He has this is question marks, don't know what that means. He has degen activities, Stockholm 2021 with 325 things in it. Obviously, I still love Stockholm. I think going forward, Stockholm should hopefully be an insane investment. Obviously, how good or bad Stockholm is really going to depend on whether Copenhagen 2024 is borderless or not. I personally think that Copenhagen is probably going to be borderless. That could be a hit to Stockholm, but I think over the next like 6 months, Stockholm's still going to be very, very good, and I definitely own you know, small amount of Stockholm stuff. this storage unit called Empty Bag, Future Millionaire, Manipulator V2, Easy Money, Tempe, Rio 2022. I don't love Rio stuff. I currently own 0 Rio stuff. I don't plan on owning any Rio stuff. At the time that Rio was the big best thing, obviously I would have bought Rio stuff, but I wasn't around during that time, so I don't own any Rio. Future Profit, don't know what that is. We have Manipulator, we have E, we have 401k, we have Insane Growth, and we have Keys. So him owning some Keys there, I think that's kind of actually cool and interesting. Obviously, Keys used to be tradable and used to be able to buy Keys and all this stuff, but now Keys you can no longer purchase and trade, so the Keys that were already out there are kind of grandfathered and you can still trade them and stuff, and they're actually worth a lot of money, and I think they're going to continue to go up in value. I'm not sure how well they'll do against other things, and that honestly might be a good video idea for me to research at some point, so I'll have to remember that, but I do think him owning some Keys is actually pretty cool. Next up, we get into the Rio capsules that he owns. This is kind of a decent investment. Obviously, they're only 37 cents, and he only has like 25 or 30 of them or whatever, so it's not a ton there, but I assume since he has them here, he probably has more in some cases or whatever. Obviously he has these because of the mouse. He's a big mouse fan, a big mouse fanboy, whatever. He's one of these mousy boys. And I don't know. I don't love Rio. I don't love the Rio capsules. Obviously they're only 37 cents right now. And we know that during the sale, they were 25 cents. And that sale was like close to 2 years ago now at this point. I think this set is cool because it has stuff like Vitality and Cloud9 and mouse. And overall it could do well. But I don't like the look of the Rio stickers. They haven't performed that well. And I just think there's better places to put your money right now when you can load stuff into Antwerp and Stockholm and Paris, or just other things. So I don't know. I wouldn't really want any money in Rio right now. And like I said, I don't have any money in Rio, but obviously I get why he's doing that because it's mouse. Then next up, we see that he has a ton of mouse Paris glitters. He has a ton, and I mean a ton, and I mean a ton. We're going through pages and pages and pages of these things, and I don't love this. So I know that I've talked about this in a video before. If we look at glitters, here are all the glitters from Antwerp. Obviously, Antwerp was the first set with glitters. Rio also has glitters. So I don't know, Antwerp was the first borderless set, and it's the only borderless set with glitters up until Paris. But if we take a look at this, we see the end to peak, end of the Antwerp sale to the peak prices in terms of gains. We will see here that in total they had gains of 345x total if you add it up together. So 345 divided by 24, I'm pressing the wrong buttons, 345 divided by 24 total, that's going to be about 14.4 x gains on average, and that's for the glitters. Now if we go to this is the hollows, and we do the same thing, we will see here that this is going to be 335 divided by 24, so that ends up being 13.95. So obviously at the peak, glitters actually outperformed hollows in Antwerp. Now again, those were the first ever glitters, and there's been borderless hollows before or whatever, but if we now fast forward to today, and we look at the end of the sale to today, this isn't today, this is like sometime in August whenever I collected all this data, we'll see that this was about 77 for the average return. 77 divided by 24, again, that's going to be about 3.2x was the average return for glitters from the end of the Antwerp sale to, recent times within the last month or so. And if we look at the hollows, that's actually going to be around 101. So if we do 101 divided by 24, that's going to be about 4.2. So the average glitter sticker from Antwerp did about a 3.3x till today, and the average hollow did about a 4.2. So yes, at the peak, glitters were doing better, but up until now, which is longer period of time, and we've had another borderless set of glitters come out, the hollows have actually been a better investment. So, and that's on top of all the other issues I have with glitters. One, I don't think glitters look that good. Yes, I think they look better in CS2 than in CSGO, but still I don't think glitters look that good. They also take up more space in your inventory. You're going to have to buy more storage units, which is going to raise your average cost basis. It's going to take more time. It's going to be harder to buy them at a good price and also sell them at a good price because you're going to be, trying to offload all those. That's going to be a ton of sell orders that need to get through and a ton of buy orders that need to get through. There's just so many downsides, and it's just so weird when, again, maybe they outperformed at the peak, maybe hollows are better, maybe they're comparable. I don't know. I still think hollows overall are better, but you could say maybe glitters are better, but they're at the very least comparable, and one takes a lot more effort and one takes a lot more time. And just on top of that, yes, you could say, hey, this is the only mouse glitter, but again, we've still seen that Antwerp, those were all the only glitters for that, and still hollows were able to outperform and be better. Also, I think, we've seen the Stockholm mouse hollow not perform as well over the past year as it did in the first year. You know, I think the Mouse hype and craze, even though the prices are still crazy, that doesn't mean the returns are going to be as crazy. And Mouse has not been the best performing sticker as of recently. So I don't know. You know, loading a bunch of money into Mouse glitters, I think is pretty weird. I think it's pretty strange. I don't agree with this. It's definitely not something I would do or something I would recommend doing. I don't own any glitters. I think the only glitters I own are glitters that I've opened up from capsules. I don't know. This is very, very strange to me. I think he also owns a lot of papers as well, which I think is even worse. I get the argument. It's the only Mouse glitter. People are going to want to buy cheap Mouse stuff, especially when CS2 comes out and people have small inventories. I get that. But again, the supplies are also way higher. And even if more people are going to be buying, still there's more supply. So I don't know how it's all going to equal out. I would stay away from glitters. I don't love that he's doing this, especially as a guy with a huge inventory and a ton of money. I just think there's better places he could be putting his money. I don't know. He also owns some Apex Hollows. Again, I've been very critical of Apex in the past. I think Apex is pretty overrated. I think he's been one of the big people in terms of pushing Apex up to probably making it as overrated as it is. He has some souvenir packages. I'm not a big fan of souvenir packages. I think there's better places to put your money right now. And again, keep in mind, this is the guy who talks about concentration and not diversifying. His portfolio is looking pretty diverse with all kinds of different random stuff right now. You know, here he has an AK-47 with DreamHack Hollows. I don't know when he bought this stuff. I'm assuming he all bought this stuff recently, so I'm assuming he's getting caught up in some of the DreamHack hype, which is kind of his thing, you know, buying into hype and kind of buying high and selling low as he likes to do. But he has a P2000 Scorpion with some DreamHack Copenhagens on it. He has an AK-47 Jungle Spray with some DreamHack Copenhagens, so, you know, maybe those will be good holds for the long term. I don't know. Here he has some Entropic Hollows, so let's go take a look at how Entropic Hollows have done. And again, if we look at from the end of the sale to, you know, about August, somewhere in there, we can see that Entropic has been a pretty middling sticker. From the end of the sale to the peak, it was the 22nd best performing. From the end of the sale to August, it's been the 13th best performing. So I don't know. Again, would I be loading all my money into a middling performing sticker? No, not really. I do own some Entropic. I think Entropic's okay. I think it could be good, but I'm not super impressed with that investment. I don't know. I think it's okay. I think Entropic's cool. It's a green logo, blah, 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 but it hasn't been performing that well. We'll have to see how it does. It's been pretty mid, pretty average. But this is the first of his picks that I really, really love. VP Stockholm. Again, if we take a look at VP Stockholm, it has been the third best performing Stockholm sticker. I own some VP. I wish I owned more. I didn't buy as much as I maybe would have liked. I think VP Stockholm is a great pickup by him. I think this is a really, really cool one. This is one I really agree with him. You can see here he has like 2 pages of VP Stockholms. I think these will do very, very well. I definitely think he'll make some money on those. Here we have a P250 Splash. We have an AK-47 Redline. We have a number K, which I think is the, you know, probably the best agent to have. And then he has some Mao Stockholm, which I know his, like, famously he has kind of gotten burned on. He's lost a lot of money on these, but he still stands strong with Mao Stockholm. Again, is that where I'd be putting my money right now? No, but Mao Stockholm has been the best performing Mao's sticker. But if we look at since the Antwerp sale, Mao's has been not the best performing anymore. I can't even see Mao's on here. I have it somewhere. Why can I not see it? There it is. Mouse has been the 10th best performing Stockholm sticker since the end of the Antwerp sale. So more recently, Mouse has not been doing as well. So I definitely don't know if I love this, especially with how expensive it is. Now, again, back to some stuff I do like. He has a lot of Cloud9 Antwerps. This is something that I am decently heavily invested in. I think Cloud9 Antwerps are very good. They're unique. It's a cool color. They don't have any other borderless stickers, unlike Mouse. I think the Cloud9 Antwerps have a chance to do very, very well, and they've been one of the better performing stickers from all of Antwerp. And then we get to some of his very, very cool guns and gloves, which, honestly, I haven't done a ton of research about what gloves and guns and stuff like that is the best, especially in the high-end stuff, because I haven't been in the price range to buy a lot of the high-end stuff yet, and I don't know, it's just I've been so focused on stickers lately, so I'm not super well-versed in what are exactly the best investments for guns and gloves and everything, but I do know that, again, a lot of times guns and gloves aren't going to be your big money makers. They're not going to be the stuff that brings big returns, so that's why, for the time being, I've been focusing on other stuff, but we can still show off some of his cool stuff here. He has a Glock 18 Gamma Doppler Minimal Wear Phase 4. He's got an MP9 Bulldozer with some DreamHack Copenhagens. He's got a USP Orion with a VP Katowice 15. He's got a Glock 18 Dragon Tattoo with some DreamHack stickers on it. He has a Minotaur's Labyrinth in Factory New, which is around $100 on buff. He's got an Op Snake Camo with some DreamHack stickers on it, which is pretty cool. He's got an M4A4 Daybreak with some stickers on it, which is a pretty cool craft. He has a Phase 2 Huntsman Doppler. He has the Desert Eagle Fennec Fox, which is one of the coolest Desert Eagle skins in the game. He has the M4A1S Icarus Fell, another very, very cool skin. He's got the Desert Eagle Blaze, and his super high-end items here that he has in his inventory. Specialist Gloves Foundation. These are very, very cool, very, very clean. Factory New, rank number 9 in terms of float. That is a very, very cool set of gloves that he has there. He has an Op the Prince, which looks like it goes pretty well with these gloves. That looks like a very, very nice combo. He has a Butterfly Knife Fade. TTV/official Fano. And finally, he has my dream gun. This is like my grail. This is the gun I really want to own someday. If I wanted to buy it right now, I could. I have the money, but you know, I kind of want to work my way up to it and kind of earn it. But the M4A4 Howl with a Howling Dawn on it in minimal wear, this thing is so sick. This thing is so cool. This is definitely something that I want to own one day. And if I'm jealous of anything in Fano's inventory, it is definitely that M4A4 Howl. So overall, I agree with some things that Fano's doing. I think he's doing some cool things. The high-end stuff he has is very, very sick. I like the Cloud9. I like the Virtus Pro. Don't really love the Entropic, but it's fine. Don't like the Mouse. Don't like the Apex. Don't like the souvenir packages. Think he's probably getting caught up in the DreamHack hype. Overall, I think Fano is an okay investor. I don't think he's great. I don't think he's terrible. I think he gives out some bad and weird advice sometimes. I think he gets caught up in hype sometimes. I think he's okay. I'm sure there's worse investors out there than him, but I know there's for sure better investors. There's for sure people out there giving better advice. But still, like I said, I give my thoughts and opinions on this channel a lot too. Here are some of Fano's thoughts and opinions on what's good in the market and what he's buying and what's in his inventory right now. Maybe you guys can get some ideas from his inventory, or maybe get some ideas of what you don't want to buy. I don't know, but I thought this would be a cool and interesting video. And like I said, if you guys do enjoy this, we can definitely make more of these. There's definitely plenty of other people and plenty of other fish in the sea we can, you know, either commend or roast or whatever. But I had to start with Mr. Fano. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. But until then, peace.